Okay, guys, welcome. Sorry, I'm eating something there at the same time. Welcome to another Sunday night Scrap Live. And of course, as Andy already said, Liverpool are league champions. So, way the pool. That's a good start to the evening. Anyhow, welcome in Andy first, HH Recycling, Everyday Solars. Who else I see coming in? Ron was in. And that's it so far. So, welcome in, guys. What have you been all up to? I've been working on a bit of plug soup this week again. Electronic scrapper. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I've been working on some plug soup, so removing these nice brassy bits from the plugs, doing them. Mike's meltdown, welcome in. Let me just double check something here on the far side. I think I have. Yeah, everything is done on the YouTube side. Don't forget to hit the like, guys, as you come in. Would appreciate it if you could do that. Where am I here now? Let me see what people are saying. Hey, Matthew, welcome in. Good to see you. Ron is saying hi. Mike is saying hi to everyone else. Electronic Scrapper has been processing RAM chips today. Cool. What process are you using for the RAM chips? Is it incineration? He's scrapping on the fly. Said hi to you over in Sharks Live, but I'm not sure did you see it or not. See you scrapping. Hill 13. Ron is saying hi. Was there something else I seen there? Was there something someone else was saying? No, I think that's it. Yeah, so we see that Electronic Scrapper has been working on his RAM chips. I've RAM chips incinerated. I've done all the steps right down to the nitric acid part of it, so I'll be doing that myself. I might do a video on that from there on it. I didn't bother doing much on the incineration and stuff because I've done them before, but I might show a bit of that from there on. America's favorite hoarder, welcome in. Sorry, I'm just checking a message here that arrived to me. So an email that just popped in. Yeah, so welcome into all. Let me shut down that window and we'll get back to what everyone's at. Oh, I have someone in the basement and me looking at messages. Hey, Shark Scrapper.
How's it going?
Not too bad. Where am I? In crushing, putting in a blender. Okay. 6th Street Garage, welcome in. This is Ed Weber, welcome in. I think I said hi to everyone. Yeah, so you've been busy with your house renovation work. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's just not fun anymore.
Yeah, when it starts dragging on, it gets to that stage where you just want it finished and you just want to get on with it. And as you said, it's interfering with your scrapping as well because you're not getting as much work done as you want to get done on your scrap side because you're tied up with all other stuff. So stuff like that. Living off scraps, welcome in. Good to see you as well. No, someone else in the basement. It's E-Waste Mike. Mike, before Andy even asks you, what are you eating?
A ham and cheese slider and a honey mustard chicken wrap.
There you go, Andy. I done it for you. Saved you having to ask him. You didn't even have to type it out tonight. Do you have any relish on that slider?
No.
Oh.
It's not worthy of that relish.
Oh, okay, it's not up to that standard.
Yeah.
Not up to relish standard. So it's not.
I just noticed that the Sierra Nevada folks have made their can the same color as my shirt. I should talk to them about trademark infringement or something.
Yeah, good luck with that, idiot.
Mike Smeltown, welcome in.
Howdy, guys.
Patrick Williams, welcome in. Good to see you too. Good to see. That's my line. Andy said I used Andy's line. Sorry, Andy. Relish and ham, you sick bastard. Oh, look at Earl. Keep an eye on us all.
That's not Earl.
Is that not Earl?
No.
Oh, who's that? So
Squeaky.
Squeaky.
Yeah, Squeaky.
Have you adopted another cat?
Copper stripper's cat.
Oh.
Don't make itself seen very often.
They have a line of barley wine called Bigfoot. Okay. Hi, Chris. Yeah, so yeah, I was doing the plug soup during the week again. So I think Watch Call seen me doing it there. Patrick Williams would have seen me doing it on TikTok. It was most people on TikTok that had never seen plug soup before. It was interesting. There were some people were asking me, was I going to drink the water afterwards?
I'll send you $1
to drink the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, throw a few chicken bones in there. You know, be good and healthy for you. You get your minerals that way.
Well, you know, you're meant to have a certain amount of copper and iron in your body anyhow. So brass, get a certain amount of brass from the plugs, you know, build it up.
I probably have a lung of copper because I don't wear a mask.
Oh, and the safety officer in the house.
Yep.
Jeanette Pickering, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope all is well with you. Yeah, I have some silver I want to get working on as well. The Shark was mentioning silver prices are up, so it's time to maybe do some silver. You were on about Shark about why people melt aluminium and why people pay a premium online for it. D Scraps, welcome in. The reason people pay a premium online for it, I found out, is the same for brass and same for copper. It's people making crafts and stuff like that. They'll pay extra for it because they're going to generate money off it from whatever they make. So they don't mind paying more than scrap price because it's all melted for them and it's nice, clean aluminium. Where if they have to go collecting scrap and melting it themselves to do their crafts, it's more hassle than it's worth. So that's why a lot of people will pay more online for brass bars and copper bars and aluminium bars, I found.
Yeah.
Again, some people will buy it because it was made by a certain person or whatever. But a lot of people that are buying them bars don't even know who's made the bars. They're just buying them because, especially the copper and the brass, because we say someone that's buying the copper bars and they're paying $20 a kg instead of $7 a kg, is they're going to make brass bracelets and brass rings out of it, and they're going to be copper rings and bracelets, and they're going to be selling them maybe at $10 a ring, and they might get 100 rings out of a kg of brass or copper. So they don't mind paying €20 a kg. So that's what
that makes good sense. That makes very good sense.
Yeah, that's what I found is the reasoning for it.
What do you say?
What do you say?
The other factor on that is if you go to a metal supply house and look for a block of copper that's 1 inch by 3 inches by 5 inches, you're going to pay a lot more than the scrap value for that.
Yeah. So people will buy it online. If you have a what you call there, a kg bar or a pound bar, and they go, right, I can make 100 rings out of that. I'll sell them rings at a tenner each. So that's $1,000. I don't mind paying $20 for that bar. So that's
will you give me $20 for this then?
I won't, but the people online might.
You just said I don't mind.
I was saying the person, I was pretending
You're
to
a liar.
be the third person
You're just
there.
a liar. You're just a liar. But for the right price, I will sell it because sentimentals don't mean nothing to me.
No, money's all you need. Hey, Scrapping Scotland, welcome in. Good to see you.
Hey, Mike, he might be interested in some Irish sucker sticks. He loves paying lots of money for those.
That was for that actually, when you work it back now, that gold I made from that is made a brilliant profit for me because gold prices went so high. I made an astonishing profit from that. Now, at the time, I might have been sweating a bit, but because gold prices have got so good, it's made a thing. Clear P, welcome in as well. Whose dog is that?
Not mine.
No, it's mine. Hold on a second. What you call it saying there, D-Scraps, what about selling copper to metal warehouse like
pure heat sinks. I don't know. I never tried selling the heat sinks without to somewhere else other than a scrapyard. Usually, but again, when you melt them down, I don't know. Maybe some of them heat sinks you get off, like what Mike just get off some of the things. Them heat sink copper bars, they're already a perfect bar. They don't need to be anything done with them.
Mm-hmm.
They want to get off, Mike, some of the stuff you were doing.
It's weird because the heat sinks that you get off of the computers, they're technically number 2 because the fins are soldered to it, to the base. My one yard will buy them as number 1. The other yard will buy them as number 2. How do you do that? I don't know, but it's weird. Because the fins are soldered to the base. The base will be that thick, and then the fins are just soldered onto it. But they said number 1.
Dad's story.
And I think BoardSword has a category for clean copper heat sinks too.
Well, these heat sinks now aren't soldered. They're just cast or extruded. Them ones.
Clean aluminum.
Yeah,
BoardSword buys them for $3.15 a pound.
Talking about the cost of the plate copper. I'll share my screen here for a second. If my dogs will keep quiet.
Well, you're going to have to keep the dogs quiet because we don't want the dogs disturbing the ambience we have here.
There they go.
Listen to me chewing.
Be back in a minute.
Don't kill the puppies.
That's why they always say when working on TV, don't work with kids or don't work with animals. So that's why they say it. I got them from Dell blades, shipped into BoardSword, not cast. Okay, cost efficient. Okay, not cost efficient. Well, you could always try. I don't know, do you melt down any stuff? You could always do that, melt them down and sell them on Etsy and places like that. That's why I was telling people that Etsy is a good spot for selling your copper bars and your brass bars. I don't know what the price of aluminium bars are on there. I must check that. Etsy.
What are you talking about, Scrapping Scotland? So maybe get on a plane.
Irish, while you're looking for that, I just want to bring up something that D-Scrappers brought up about the shipping cost to BoardSword. When I talk to Chris at BoardSword, he tells me that sometimes he gets these packages from people, and it's like, why did you ship that to me? You're obviously paying more in shipping than what I can pay you for this, for these low grade boards or whatever it was that they shipped them. So it's like, it's so important to pay attention to those shipping costs, but some people, for some reason, completely miss that part.
That's it exactly. Yeah, because the money they're going to get back is they've already paid it out on postage or whatever, so it's not going to be there. It's not going to be worth their while doing it. So they're as well off to have brought it to their local scrapyard or something like that. An aluminium ingot plus or minus £9, so just around £9 of saying in weight, €45 for a £9 aluminium bar on Etsy. Then some other people have hand poured aluminium bar. They don't even give a weight on this one, and they're looking for €20 for it. Does it have a weight? Just has measurements: 2.2 inches width, height 5 inches high, and depth of 1.6 inches. So high quality, great for craft. Yeah, well, I'm looking here, like this is what people have put in the reviews, you see. So people have put in there, some buyer put in high quality, great for crafts or investment, great seller. Bought for a grandchild's first birthday, my son and wife were happy with the coins. So he bought it and made coins out of them then, aluminium coins.
Oh, very cool.
So that's another place to maybe, if you're into pouring your stuff and selling it. Mike has shared something there. Let me bring it up there. Sorry, just reading the other thing on the screen. So
this is what I was talking about with finished bars or finished materials. This is a 12 by 12 inch plate of 1.5 inch thick copper, 69 pounds, $2,000.
wow,
That's how much they'll charge you for it.
wow.
So if you can melt a big piece of copper that's at least 1.5 inches thick, that's 12 by 12, there are people out there that may be willing to pay a premium for what you've got. They may not be willing to pay $2,000, but you might get $1,000.
Well, if you can, after you take your costs of doing it and all that into account, if you can make more than you will in the scrapyard, then it just makes sense. No matter what price you're getting, you know. Hey,
yeah.
Bill, see you. Claire P was saying they pay shipping, so they feel good and probably need to show for some kind of government compliance. Because hi, scrapping Irish Shark, Mike, blah blah blah. I'm Bill working on lawnmower, so can't stay long. That's no problem, Bill. Make the most of the good weather if it's not raining. Exactly. Yeah, so that's what I was saying on TikTok to a few people when they were saying about the brass, and they go, well, you might only get whatever, a couple of kgs of brass, and that'll only be worth €12 in the scrap yard. And I said, well, then I could maybe sell them bars on Etsy I looked quickly at the prices on brass bars were going for €30. So I said, if I made 5 kgs, 5 1 kg bars and sold them for €30 each, that was €150 instead of getting the €20 you get in the scrapyard. So if you got the time to melt them and you want to put them up, and you're not in a rush to sell them, and you don't need the money straight away, Etsy or eBay might be an option for people to do with their bars. You know.
Yeah. The price per pound for that finished plate was $29 a pound.
Yeah. When you see and when you what's aluminium price in a scrapyard at the moment? Does anyone know what's the going rate for an aluminium, a pound of aluminium?
What kind of aluminium?
Just you would say your number one, the best quality one. What's the best?
I think last week I looked at it. It was what, 45 to 60 cents a pound.
So 60 cents a pound. So a pound of aluminium in the scrapyard, best price you're going to get, 60 thing. And the worst price I've seen here on Etsy people are getting for a pound of aluminium is 11 euros, which would be about $12. So big difference in the scrapyard and selling it on Etsy and places like that. Yeah, so kilo in Ireland.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. 60 cents a pound.
Yeah, that's what Mike was saying there. Yeah. So
I got
Ooh, cans are 75 cents a pound.
say again?
Aluminum cans are 75 cents a pound.
How does that make
Nice.
sense? How can somebody say?
I better get drinking.
How come cans be worth more than aluminium? Because aren't they made from aluminium? Why is there a better price on them?
It's from what I'm understanding, it's the alloy that they use for aluminum cans. It's more pure than a lot of the other alloys.
Okay. Hey, Earl Fowler, welcome in. Do you suggest holding copper? I missed Shark's Live, but he wasn't talking about copper. But I always say hold your copper if you're not in a hurry. If you're not going to be looking for cash flow straight away, I'd say hold the copper. Looking at the futures of the copper prices, I think they're saying it's going to increase. So this. Oh, speaking of holding copper, well, we have a guy in the basement who holds everything. Doesn't matter what it is, he has it.
Good evening, gents.
Hold on a second now. Hold on 1 second.
Good evening, gents.
No, I was going to say behind you. Do I see a little bit of space towards the top?
Nothing's changed.
No, same as last week. Same as last week. Yeah. So what happened to this thing we talked about last week here, where you said going forward, you're going to notice a difference. I'm going to start scrapping out. There's no more saving stuff. There's no more of this.
You need to talk to my missus. It seems she thinks because I've got spare time on my hand. I mean, my paintbrush weren't even dry with white when she went out and bought a different colour. I'm like, no, I've got a job on. She goes, oh, you've got all your retirement to sort that shed out. I said, I need my decorating done before you die. And I said, listen, it's the other way around. You can pay for a painter and decorator to come in, but you can't pay anybody to come in and clear this lot. She said, yeah, I can. That bloke at the scrapyard.
Yeah, she just go down to the scrapyard and she'll just say, Ian is dead. I need all the stuff taken out of the shed. And they'll be there as quick as lightning and it'll be emptied. Or Scout Jed will be there and he'll get rid of it for you.
So I've just finished almost the last of me DIY chores. Just been stripping wire tonight. Honestly, it's like yesterday. No, this is not scrap related, unfortunately. I opened the door and there's a tin of masonry paint. Yeah, about big. Right? It only had that much paint in it.
What happened there? Where did Mike go? He just disappeared. He wanted to be away from you, Ian. He couldn't get away from you.
Yeah. So I have this big tin of paint with about that much of paint in it. I thought, right, if I paint everything that I can with this white masonry paint, I can throw this tin of paint away, which I did. It's there, isn't it? It's a
now, hold your horses for a second. I want to answer a question that was asked, and I think Shark has put a chart up here that might answer the question. So, Shark, explain what this chart is telling us.
Just that copper prices are forecasted to rise over the next year. So getting up over 5.3 a pound. So, and we're down here at 4.8. So we're going over 5.3, but that's sometime in the next 6 to 12 months. So yeah, if you've got copper and you can hang on to it, it might be worth hanging on to it.
Yeah. If you can hold on to your copper, silver prices are good. You talked about that on your live. Adam was saying there, hi guys, silver to the moon. Yeah, so silver prices are good at the moment. Merchants Metals, welcome in. George Richardson, welcome in. Was there anyone else I missed coming in there when we were talking to Ian? No. Okay, Ian, carry on your story about your painting.
I'm just saying, it's got this tin of paint, only that much at the bottom of it, but I did a job. It took me an hour or two to paint all the masonry, and I got rid of it. And I'm like, wow, sense of achievement. I've got rid of something, you know.
Adam, we just said there about copper prices are going up. Hopefully, they're saying in the next 6 to 12 months it should go over the 5.3. Was it, Shark? You said 5.30?
Yeah, over 5.30.
They're saying so. That's if things carry on the way it's going. Again, in a month's time, something could happen and the price could jump or the price could drop. So copper is one of the metals that is, if figures come out from governments that say that employment numbers are down or the growth of the economies are down, copper prices fall. If you see that employment numbers are up and there's growth in the economy, copper prices usually go up. So it all depends on month-to-month figures in the big economies like China, America, the European Union, all them sort of things. So figures come in and the European Union is down and they don't need it, then that means they don't need as much copper, then copper prices drop. Same with America, same with China. So it all depends on what happens.
I weighed in last Friday. I got £6.80 kilogram for my bright. I took in some 18.9 top quality aluminium. I got £1,400 a ton for that. So £1.40 a kilogram. What would that be? 60 odd pence a pound?
Yes, yeah.
And 70 cents a pound over there.
But here's what, like Ian, we were talking earlier there about you do a bit of melting, okay? So did you ever try selling any of them bars on websites like Etsy? Because we were saying there, like the price that people are paying for the bars on Etsy is is like we say a copper bar, £1 copper bar, around £25 for a £1 copper bar.
I have been listening since you came on. You know,
Yeah.
so, I just wanted to finish some wire that I was doing. Listen, I've just tried to sell some stuff on Marketplace. Now, I think it was £125 what I was selling. Doesn't matter what it was. My first offer was £50. So I went, no. And I think this guy took umbrage, and I think he's gone to a Facebook group that says, this guy's said no to my low ball offer. I want everyone on this group to message him and say, I'll buy it off you, but really you're not doing. Because I've had 50. Oh, I'll have that. Yeah, can I have that? Yeah, here's this. And nobody's turned up for it. So I don't want it to be, sir. I'm a conspiracy theorist as well as a.
But that's why I wouldn't use
circular
yeah.
guy.
Like the likes of Etsy, they don't bid for it. There's a price set. They either pay for it or they don't pay for it. They don't make contact with you. They just go in and it goes add to cart, and they buy it and you post it out. The money goes into your account and you send it out to them. Where Marketplace is, you'll have people message you, will you take 50 for it? Will you take 20 for it? Will you take this for it? Will you take that? That's why I would never put anything up on Marketplace. Unless there's a buy now button on it, it ain't going up.
So we've reorganized our old living room, laminate flooring. We've bought a new settee. I've sold one settee. We've changed the TV from over there to I'll be buying a big TV. We needed a new TV cabinet. I thought, what do I do with this old TV cabinet? I have to take it tip. I tell you what, I'll put it on Marketplace for free. That's a mistake. Never put anything on for free.
No.
Anyway, it went within an hour. Lady phone up. And why I'm driving to you now. Is there any scratches on it? I'm like, no, it's like new. All right. It's finally turned up. I turned another 20 people down saying it's gone. She turned up. I took it over. She goes, I don't know if it'll fit in my car or not. I like, all the dimensions are on the advert. So she turned up in a car. It's back. It'll go in. Carried it out. She went, oh, it's not. Don't look as big as it was in the picture. I said, all the dimensions are on it. She went, all right. Does it matter where she's from? She seemed like a Nigerian woman. Does it matter? That doesn't matter, does it? She says, yeah, I've just moved into her house. She said, I've got nothing. Well, I'm glad it's gone to some use. She went, yeah. It's not as big like, she said. Not if my telly will fit on it. I said, how big's your TV? She went, 65 inch. And I'm thinking, get the priorities right, woman. You've got nothing, but get yourself a 65-inch TV first. So I put it in a car. It went in. She looked at me and says, have you got anything else for free? I'm like, advice.
That usually costs people more.
I charge at least an nickel.
I declined her offer of free. She declined my offer of free advice. So.
Oh, stop.
Ian, you'll appreciate this one. Mrs. Shark is looking to get a queen size bed headboard to put in one of our guest rooms after our niece moves out. Because she looks like she's found a place. She's going to be moving out in about a month. And she was showing me these headboards. So, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? One of them was brass, so it's a brass bed frame. And so I was thinking to myself, I don't know how long that would actually remain in the house before it magically disappeared.
Yeah, be taken out to be scrapped out.
Sorry, brass braces were up.
Beds aren't cheap. Beds are not cheap.
Hey, Loafer, welcome in, and James P, welcome in. Good to see you guys. If you ever want to get rid of something, just leave it outside your door and put a price tag on it. It won't be there in half an hour.
Oh yeah.
Like if you put it out free to take away, most people go buy and go, oh, it's free. Put it out and put a price on it. Someone will take it straight away.
Oh, I don't know. I've had. Here's your price. Can you deliver? I'm like, no. And then I got one. Can you deliver? I'll pay the extra. So I phoned up a man and van. He said £60. So I messaged this lady. I said, and she's only in 2 weeks. It's only about 8 miles away. I said, he says £60. I think that's too dear. She went, do I? Delete. Gone.
Delete.
Well, I did sell something on Marketplace this weekend. In fact, I put up my 16 by 42 inch wood lathe that I have not touched in about five or 6 years. Needed the space, let it go.
Yeah, sometimes like Ian is going to do with the shed. Sometimes you just have to take that bite back bullet and get rid of stuff, even though you don't want to.
My hero, Scrap Kingdom. Oh, what a guy! He's just been ruthless and got rid of everything.
But he was getting rid of everything. But he was still driving around collecting stuff.
I know. I saw that.
He has 6 days to get everything cleaned out of that place. He ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, you have to clear everything out of here. Okay, and then she's putting up with a van load of stuff again. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
The van is coming in empty and leaving full, but he's coming in full and leaving empty.
He's a scrap diode. He only goes one direction.
Yeah. It's non-reversible.
I'm not sure if you, Shirk, kind of was like that when you were street scrapping. It was like you're going out to get it before anyone else can get it, even if you've not dealt with what you got yesterday. And I think that's Scrap Kingdom's biggest problem.
I think Shark used to get rid of all his stuff. And I'm speaking for Shark when Shark can speak for himself, but I think he used to clear all his stuff. What used to drive me mad about Shark was he'd only cut the cords off something that had a motor in it. Oh, I was here. What? It's got a motor. Take the motor.
I used to think the same thing until I brought a vacuum cleaner home. And I wish I'd have just cut the cord off and left it. It was the horriblest thing I've ever stripped. And I'm like, Shark, we're not over there in Florida. Where there's creepy crawly things and stuff over here. And it was like, I don't blame you. Cut the cord off. Chances it's going to be Chinesium in that motor anyway. It's not worth the effort. I agree with you.
You know, it was funny, Ian. There were times when people would give me grief because I might have in one street scrapping video, load up the truck, take everything directly to the scrap yard, sell it all, then go back for another load. And I'd have all these people saying, you should have taken that washing machine apart. You could have taken that dryer apart. You know, it's like, no, I'm not going to have this stuff piling up. You know, there were some things that went back to the shark cage to get taken apart and, you know, maybe build up a full truckload. But boy, howdy, I used to try so hard to keep stuff moving because I did not want to end up like Ian.
Me.
You don't want to be like Ian?
You were freezing. You were freezing again there, Mike, when you were holding up that whisper bar.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Get on internet, you know.
You're gonna have to get a better internet provider. Oh, he's gone. I was only messing with you, Mike. You didn't have to just disappear.
Copper Stripper is probably playing a game online and sucking up all the bandwidth.
Yeah, Scrapping Scotland, I think, has his scrapper tunes up on Spotify and places like that.
Yeah, we've remodeled our living room and the TV's gone from one side of the room to the other. Well, of course, where did the broadband come in? That side. and it took a little bit of figuring out and drilling through walls. So, of course, what did I do? I drilled an hole that big, and then you try to pass something that big through that little hole, and it don't go, so you have to get a bigger drill bit, and they weren't big enough, and then you have to go and look for a bigger drill bit in here. So that's a bit of a challenge.
I was going to say, you have to empty out the shed to find the drill bit box.
Yeah, so I got it done, and I'm up and running. So
I had a bit of a deal with it was so insane. We had recently moved into the house, and I was having a lot of trouble with the internet, and so I called the cable provider, and I said, I need somebody to come out and check what's going on here, and I want to run a couple of new lines. And so this guy shows up, and I opened the door, and I said, great. Here's the list of things that I need done. Where do you want to start? And he says, well, all I'm doing is checking the cable. And I said, no, I scheduled this service to do these things. I'm not doing that. And I said, okay, you're done. Goodbye. And I closed the door. And he's yelling at me. He's madder than hell at me because I closed the door. And I got on the cable provider's service line, and I said, you need to call this guy and tell him to knock it off, or I'm calling the cops because and oh, by the way, get a different contractor out here because either that or I'm going to change my service. And they were very apologetic. They said, yeah, he's a subcontractor and we've been having trouble with him. I go, well, then why the hell are you still dealing with them?
Unless he does the job.
What'd you say, Matthews?
I said, and he won't get paid unless he does the job. That's why.
Oh yeah, unless he signs off on it, he doesn't get paid. Like,
yeah.
I knew I was moving my TV. I came home from work one night, 10 days or so ago, and the broadband company is fixing a fault in the street. So I goes and knocks on the door. I said, when he's finished, can he come and have a talk to me? Hey, so he's a nice guy. He come over. He said, what are you doing? I said, well, I've got my inbox over there and I want to put my TV there and I'm not sure how to do it. And he went, what you need is one of these leads. And I have one in my van. He just went to his van and give it me. I said, that was it. Thank you very much. Do you want some money? No, you're a customer. And that was it. So he made my job a lot easier.
That was a good service. So it was. That was a good service to have. So now you have your broadband working again in the right spot. Mm-hmm. So that's the main thing. I'm surprised you didn't have one of them leads yourself somewhere thrown around.
He probably does. It was just taking him 5 days to find it.
That's the sole point. That's the sole point. It's actually becoming should I say it, a mental issue at the moment, this.
Well, are you retired now?
I'm sorry. What does it say underneath there?
Semi-retired. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm off on holiday this week.
Semi-retired.
When we go back in June, I only work 2 days a week, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay. So we should notice big differences every time you come up live.
Oh, this time next year.
What she is done.
So, Ian, are you going to start going to the gym and exercising regularly and, getting all buff and everything in your retirement?
Kind of. I have said a week on Monday, a week tomorrow, I'll get up at the same time as I would normally get ready to go to work. And then I'll go for a walk. And then I'll come in here and then I'll do a day's work in here and I'll go home. I've got to treat it like work, and go for a walk first. I think the gym bit's a bit much.
I just read Andy's comment there and I just thought about the photo that we all looked at last week.
on the everyday solids has sent me today. Yeah. I said, apart from the tattoos, yeah, it's uncanny.
I used at least a gallon of bleach trying to wash that out of my eyes.
I have said the guys didn't care, did he?
No, he was proud.
I had to go to the ophthalmologist this week. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and usually they're giving you drops that make your, expand your iris, so the vision becomes even brighter and clearer.
Yeah, more can fit into your eyelid. More can fit in there.
Mike, I could send you a different view, like an alter.
No, you don't want it.
I don't think Mike ever seen the gardening picture.
I told the ophthalmologist I did not want to see more.
Wanted to see less. Wife says, what you want for a retirement gift? He said, a wagon.
A trailer has been mentioned.
Yeah. So this is the thing, right? Where do you start in the shed? I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be funny. I had the same problem. You open the door of the shed and you look in, you go, right, I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to start cleaning, but where do you start?
I've given it some thought, that.
Okay, go on.
So I thought, right, I think the only place to start is to have a clean workbench. Otherwise, you can't break anything up unless you've got a clean workbench. And then I thought was, well, do I start here and just work my way along? Or, and this is what I'm looking at, I'm thinking, just do the big things first. That'll give you a sense of of some achievement. It's like all those LED light panels up top there. There's about 8 of them all the way along. Get rid of them, and all there you instantly created some space. Break everything big down and then start somewhere, because then you've got a bit more space.
It's a Jenga puzzle. You move the wrong part. Yeah, that's the thing about if you move the wrong part in the shed, everything comes down on top of you as well. That's the other side you have to watch for.
Well, that's why I've never really worried about anybody coming in thieving anything.
Yeah, you'll find them in the morning dead under it. Ian, is all the contents of your shed stuff that needs to be scrapped, or is it mostly stuff you keep, like tools? Yeah, so the stuff you have there, is most of that scrap you've built up over the years, stuff you planned on breaking down, or is it stuff that you'd planned on doing other projects with, or what? What's in your shed?
It's mainly stuff that's useful. I've done a dozen or so old men's sheds clear outs, so there's way too many tools in here. Tools I'll never use. Like I say, I was going to do the light changeover from fluorescent lighting to LED panels. That's why I got them. And then I've been given along the way newer, better LED panels. So those are now redundant. Do I sell them? Do I just break them up? Yeah. And then I've got to say, like a 2-man saw over there. What do I do with a 2-man saw? I've just got to sell it. Get rid of stuff. Brace and bits. Too much.
There's somebody out there that's waiting for you to die, so they could be the person that gets the next shed clearance. So they are.
I'm worried. I heard Ian say 2 things that have me very, very concerned.
Oh.
Too many tools and tools I don't need. I mean, who the hell are you, and what did you do with Ian?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're going to tell us you got too many screws.
Oh yeah, and them little screws, the old type slot screws, like they're so popular nowadays. Everyone's looking for them. Ian has buckets of them, probably.
Really?
Ian, I'll make you proud here. I've got tools that I have bought that I have not yet assembled yet, that have been in my shop for 5 years.
Are they still in the box?
Still in the box.
You've a problem. You have a problem, so you have. You just buy tools for the sake of buying them. So you do. You buy tools for the sake of buying them.
I have a.
Hey, Raphael. Welcome in.
By the way, I do not recommend the Heineken NA alcohol-free. It sucks.
Well, what's the point of alcohol-free beer?
Well, Heineken wouldn't be one of my favorite beers, even with the alcohol in it. So that's
Yeah.
That's
I only got this because the grocery store didn't have the brand that I normally get, the Sierra Nevada that you saw me. And, you know, sometimes I just get tired of drinking a sweet Coke or Pepsi or something. I want something that tastes like an adult beverage, even if it isn't one.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I went into Raphael's. I seen, Raphael is live during the middle of the week, and I went in. Initially, I was watching. I go, hold on, this isn't live. Raphael has done a thing there where he puts all his lives on, and they run one after another, which is pretty cool. So when you go onto his channel, you can see like it runs for 24 hours or whatever length of time he sets it to run for, and you can watch a lot of his old lives just rerunning, which I thought was pretty cool. But the other thing was confusing for a while because he was saying hello to people, and I was here, but none of these people are in the chat he's saying hello to. What's happening here? And I was refreshing my chat, and I was checking everything on the chat, and then I finally figured this isn't live. It's a rerun.
Maybe he needs the hours. I don't know.
No, but I thought it was good that he done that. I thought that it was 24-hour thing, so it gets it up his hours, I suppose, and stuff like that. But I don't think Raphael need the hours because his lives on a Saturday, he does lives every Saturday anyway, so they would do his hours. But no, it was something different he was doing, so I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, Heineken sucks in general. Be right back. Just to put my bedding on, as I'm sure David will want to go to bed when my video is on. Loud. Yeah, all info is in script, but I don't read descriptions. You see, I'm one of these people who don't read descriptions in videos. I just go, I see, someone is on, and I read the title, and if it says gold recovery, blah blah, or if it says trip to the scrapyard, blah blah, that's it for me. I just read the title. I don't bother looking at the description. So I don't.
Well, I think you miss out there because I put things in descriptions and I put links underneath in the descriptions.
Yeah, but
So
if someone says,
you miss all that.
no, but most people would say, there's a link in the description for if they're selling something or they want you to go to see something. So that's all I look for. I don't. If it's just a video I want to watch, I don't want to read about the video because I'm sure the person is going to tell me what the video is about during the video. I don't need to read about it as well. You know, I'm sure the video will explain what the person is doing. I don't need the description to explain it. I think the description helps. The description helps for YouTube to find your audience more than your audience finds you, because it'll appear up on their thing if that's the sort of stuff. If you've got keywords in the description that they've put in the search in YouTube, it'll throw your video up for them. So I think that's where it's more important, is for that.
Well, it's also handy if you have affiliate links or those kind of things. So you can say, hey, if you're interested in getting this, look for the link down in the description below.
Hey, listen.
Again, you want to tell people the link is there. You're not going to not tell them you have a link there. You're not going to just throw it up. During the video, you're going to say, by the way, if you're interested in buying this, I have a link down below. Or if you're interested in getting this or checking this out, the link is down below.
I kicked myself yesterday watching Shark. I nearly bought him a coffee. I'd gone into the description. Next thing you know, it came up like $1.99. Yes. And I'm like, no. Like, no, man, yes. But I wouldn't touch my mouse just in case it clicked yes. I'm like, no. How do I get it?
He just switched off the power in the shed completely, killed all the power in case. He just killed the power in case.
Well, I'm glad you recognized that before you clicked on the yes button, because I would have felt bad if you had $199 worth of DeWalt tools delivered to you with US plugs on them. That would have just been terrible.
Think of that. Look at the tariffs I'd have to pay.
Oh, terrible. Terrible.
But I know Ian. He would have gotten it and he would have been like, oh, well, we can fix this. And then he would have been taking it apart and trying to rewire it. And
Yeah, even though it probably said that, it can only run on 110 volts, Ian is going, well, that's lucky because I have a transformer here and I can do this and I can do that.
It'll look twice as fast.
Burns out twice as quick. So it does. Burns out twice as quick. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Raphael. It's handy that more people, it'll draw more attention to your channel. I thought it was a good idea. But
Oh, America's favorite order. I like that link. I'll have to stick it down.
real pubs have a buy me a pint button. There you go.
I wouldn't like people to think I was I had a drinking problem. So no, I won't put that down. Because I have no problem drinking at all.
You have no issues consuming alcohol at all.
Not at all.
no problem at all. I know exactly how to do it.
So you're looking forward to your holiday, Ian? Will you be collecting some scrap when you go on holidays this year, no?
I don't think there's going to be much scrap in Tunisia.
You're not planning on hanging out on the beach in a Speedo or anything, are you, Ian?
There is a foam party night. So
Oh, Lord.
there's chances.
There could be another photo to go along with his gardening photo. We could have a foam party photo to go with his gardening and his balcony photo.
Oh.
Scrapping. Oh, no, I missed that. Scrapping Scotland. I have to go and get something for you.
Oh, yeah. You have to go down to show him what whiskey you were drinking. Hope that's real whiskey, Ian, of the Scottish variety. Poor old e-waste Mike just disappeared completely on us. His broadband.
Yeah, I wonder what happened.
His broadband must have cut out completely.
Oh, this is going to cause a row.
This is going to cause a row.
Bigger, please. Well, you know how Scotland keep wanting their own to be on their own.
British single malt whiskey. Oh, it's not even Scottish. It's British.
British whiskey.
Oh, you've just upset half of Scotland there now.
With imported German beer.
America's
Well, you're
favorite
being very international today with your consumption.
Chinese whiskey, like drinking gasoline, and then Scotland, Scrapping Scotland said that's a disgrace. He came back with. That's a disgrace. You have to remember, if Ian sees something's on offer, it doesn't matter where it came out of, he's going to buy it.
Oh, whiskey doesn't have an E in it. It does in Ireland. Well, they invented whiskey in the first place.
Yes. Where the monks invented it first day. Them monks, they have a lot to answer for.
What's it called?
Irish.
12 churches or 5 churches or 6 churches. Go on.
Irish and American whiskeys have an E in it.
Yeah.
Americans don't make whiskey.
They make
Yes,
bourbon.
we do.
No, they make bourbon.
That is whiskey.
No, it's not. That's like I don't know, brush cleaner.
Brush cleaner.
We also make the stuff called rye whiskey.
Look, let's be honest. The Americans tried to copy everything that we've done over it in Europe, haven't they? You know?
Well, actually, it was the Irish immigrants who started making the whiskey here.
They didn't have any potatoes, so they couldn't make poutine.
So they used the rye that they had there instead.
And corn. Bourbon is corn.
Poutine. You make poutine is the stuff that's made with anything. You can make poutine with an old shoe if you want it. Throw it into the still and come out with an alcoholic beverage.
Oh, scrapping Scotland. I love a Scottish single malt. Oh, I love Talisker, to be quite honest. I've got a bottle of dirt.
I was going to say to Scrapping Scotland. The only reason it doesn't have an E in it is you're not great at spelling up there, so you forgot to put it in.
Hey, Irish, look at the good side of the delay in you getting the honey that I sent you. By the time you get it,
it'll be fermented.
Oh God! Remember that time you sent me that melt your face off stuff?
The hot sauce. Shark's hot sauce. Poor Olean's tongue was never the same after that.
Hey, Ian, you know my insurance company told me to stop selling that stuff. They said if you keep selling that stuff, we're going to have to jack up your liability insurance like to double. I was like, okay, then I'm going to stop selling it. That's forget it. It was just done on a lark anyway. So
away for free. Oh, Andy Pastor Duck says I adore Talisker. I do myself.
What's your favorite whiskey of all your whiskeys? Because you've sampled a lot of whiskeys now, okay, of different varieties. What would be if you were to go out and buy a whiskey tomorrow morning? No expense was the problem. What one would you buy yourself? What would you treat yourself to?
Definitely a Talisker. It's my brother. I drink all sorts of whiskies, and then my brother went on a tour up Scotland. He came back and he said, "I bought you this whiskey." I don't even like it. The first taste was like, "Whoa, we're married, me and you for life." You know,
decision made. That was it.
Yeah, people ask me at work, "Oh, you drink whiskey? What kind of whiskey should I drink?" And I say, "You'll know when you've tasted enough, which is yours." You know, he's go to the supermarket and buy these packs that's got 5 little bottles in, you know, Speyside whiskies, Isleside whiskies. I said, taste each one. You'll know which you like. It's like Laphroaig. I love peaty whiskies, but Laphroaig to me tastes like cough medicine. And it's like, I can't drink that. I like Ardbeg, you know. Oh, sorry. We're on whiskies now. Sorry.
Scarborough, Scotland.
Try Speyside.
Oh, I remember that one. I remember that one from my trip over there.
Macallan.
Macallan's nice. It's pricey, but it's nice.
Yeah, when I went to America and you'd be in the bars, and as soon as they heard you were Irish, they kept giving you Jameson. And you hear like, you just kept throwing whiskey, and you hear, "Oh, have a whiskey, have whiskey." You go, "Do you think we actually just wash ourselves in whiskey or what?" You know, it's like, just because I'm Irish doesn't mean I drink. I get up in the morning and instead of a glass of milk, I get a glass of whiskey. You know, it's like, "Oh, you're Irish, have a Jameson." And you're like, "What the hell?"
What,
You don't pour it on your cereal in the morning?
We don't bother putting whiskey on our cereal anymore. We stopped there.
Irish.
That was 50 years ago.
I went to a party when I was in my early 20s and ended up staying overnight. And in the morning, cereal, there was no milk, but there were a bottle of Baileys.
Oh, Jesus.
I poured Baileys on me cereal. Oh, well, it looks milky.
Oh, Ian. Baileys on me.
Baileys and cornflakes, honestly.
What a combination. Baileys, Irish liqueur, and whiskey and cornflakes.
Irish, we all know that when you guys get your paychecks, you also have a bottle of Jameson. That's the way it works over there.
Yeah, when you get your paycheck, they give you a bottle of Jameson as well. As soon as you get here, have Jameson and paycheck.
For me,
So
my
back-
Or he can't have Jameson on his oatmeal.
So back when I used to drink, I loved gin martinis, and I had really gotten to enjoy Plymouth. And so I was living in Memphis at the time, and I went to the liquor store and I got the last bottle of Plymouth. And so when I got to the cash out, I showed it to the guy and I said, "Tell your manager, please keep this in stock because, this is, I really like this." And he looks at it and he goes, "Plymouth? Never heard of Plymouth."
Oh, we've got some towns over here and they don't pronounce it anything like how you would read it. I'll not name any. Gloucestershire.
Well, now you have to tell us some of them.
Oh,
He just did Gloucestershire.
there's Gloucestershire. That's what I say. They don't say it that way.
How do they say it?
Oh, I can't say it. I'm up north. It's my tongue won't work proper.
You'll be struck dead if you say it that way.
I mean, that's all. I was just getting her bed ready. I was saying that it's usually Ian that when Solars is coming on, it's usually Ian that wants to be in bed by the time Solars comes on.
I'm on holiday tomorrow.
Oh,
I don't have to get up early.
oh, and when are you flying out, Ian? Oh, don't say that because
That's August. August before we go on holiday.
oh, you're on holidays from work. This
Yeah,
week.
it's a week's holiday. It's May holidays.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, sure. It's the bank holiday we get over there now. Yeah.
Worcestershire.
Oh, Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire. No, there is one. It's the pronunciation. You look at it and you go, "Oh, I'll say Stroud," and it's go, "No, it's Stud." You're like, "What?" Don't say anything like what you've just said.
You're on a permanent holiday.
I was retired. I'm on a permanent holiday. I have to admit, scrapping Scotland, I've got a Bobby's job, if you know what that means. I've got a really easy job. Great people to work for. Great. The money's not brilliant, but the work's not hard. And you think, why should I retire? But there's other things to do in life, isn't there? So I was going back to watching Cliff Shed. It's like,
Yeah.
Like with there's another company that do what we do, and they went bust 2 weeks ago. We've taken some of their lads on. One of the lads, his dad used to work for us. He's spitting image of him, and somebody went to him and said, "God, you spit an image of your dad. He used to work for us, And he went, "How is your dad?" And he went, "Oh, he's not so good. Just been told he's got cancer today." And I'm like, "Oh, that's brilliant." It's you just never know what's coming, do you? So seize the moment, go for it.
Now, talking of retirement, Ian, seeing you have retired now would it be a good time now to send all these fuses I'm collecting up over to you?
This is that emoji.
I can just see you in the shed taking off all these brass ends on them. I can just see it taking off all these brass ends.
No, I actually do.
Go on. You take off them brass ends, don't you?
I do. But they're not brass, they're copper.
I don't know. Oh, they're copper.
Yeah, the nickel coated copper.
Oh.
Now, do you snort the white powder that's inside of them, or is that something else?
Involuntarily, I do.
So do you decide to put them all in a bundle, just beat them all with a hammer, and then pick out the copper bits at the end, or how do you take them off?
Yeah. hit them with an hammer, and then just
I thought
throw in.
future Oilers for watchmaker left. Fuses equal future. I'm not sure that is Oilers.
Future Oilers for watchmakers' lights.
I'm not sure what that's about. Ian, you might know more because I don't know what, and I wouldn't be a craftsman like you guys who'd have lathes in their sheds and have them buried under stuff, not even using them. You know.
Ouch. Ouch.
Two of them, if not just one.
True, yeah. Oh, give me a bit of time, I'll get there.
I wonder what you think by that. Is there a use for these? Is there? Because like I'm not joking. I only have a little bit of them there. I must have, because from my plug soup I've done there lately, I must have a full bucket of fuses. And I'm thinking, is it worth breaking them to get the copper or I thought it was the brass. You said it's copper, so it's even worth a bit more now. I said, well, I just put them in a cloth, hit them with a hammer, and pick out the copper bits at the end. So I think I might just do that now.
What else are you going to do with them? I mean, can you sell them? I must admit, I'd take the odd 100 or so to work in case they want to use them. But you're not going to sell them, are you?
See what he said there? They make excellent glass Oilers for watchmakers' lathes. So I again, because I'm not in that crafts, I don't know how you do that or what to do. You'd have to, GSP, you'll have to do a video for us and show us what you mean.
James is from Australia, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe they have the clear fuses.
I don't know. You'd have to do a video for us and explain it to us. Do a short video for us, James, so we know what it is you're on about.
So here's a question. If they're copper and the center part, at least usually what I see is that it's some sort of ceramic.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you just melt the copper? It's not like you're going to be burning plastic, which we avoid. You would just be melting the copper. The ceramic would just be muck that you'd have to separate out, you know. But
yeah, good point. Hey, Pop Scrap, welcome in. Good to see you. Good point on that. I might just throw them into my furnace and see what happens. Throw a bunch of them into
it could be interesting
and see what happens.
Or it could just really screw the whole thing up and you'd be cussing me out, and that's fine too.
Blow the whole thing apart. Yeah. And I'd be saying, Shark, you owe me a new furnace. Welcome, Wayne, by the way. Ceramic ones are filled with quartz sand often. Okay.
Oh, well, there, yeah. So I can save all that sand and put it on my pavers, my flags.
Well, I'm gonna cut one in half now and see what's in it.
And fill all my flags with quartz sand.
Let me see.
Well, wait a minute. You need to put a respirator, gloves on, safety mask. What the hell, man?
No. This is, yes, he's correct. There is sand in here. I don't know if you can see the sand on my hand from it. There is sand in there. And then the fuse wire running through the center of it. He is correct. Full of sand. So, yeah. Very good, Raphael. There is sand in them. You're often going to Grandad's extraordinary, aren't you, Ian?
Oh, she's definitely Grandad's little girl. But she come up today. As soon as I sit down, that's it. She comes over, sits on my knee. You know, she can get anything off me. I was in Tesco's shopping Friday and I saw this Stanley toy workbench, you know, a little drill, little hammer, saw. Oh, I have to get that. So why do I have to get that? I've got all proper tools here I can give.
You can't give a child a proper saw to cut their hands off. Jesus. Anyhow, we'll be finishing up in a few minutes. So I'm going to shoot around and ask everyone what they plan for the week. So, Shark Scrapper, what's your plan for the week?
I'm hoping to actually get some work done at the shark cage. I know I've got the contractor here at least one day this week. but that'll be Wednesday or Thursday. So I think hopefully the rest of the week I'll be able to get to work in the shark cage, get a bunch of stuff done, maybe get a couple of videos put together while I'm at it, get some stuff shipped off.
Cool. Ian Matthews, plan for the week?
I don't know. Whatever happens.
What do you mean you don't know? You're on holidays. So is there not going to be the Operation Clean Shed Up starting?
It's Operation Turn the little bedroom into dusty pink with like, giraffe banners which we bought. That's it. I've had to go out yesterday and buy some emulsion rollers. Shocking. No,
I know.
Whatever happens.
Okay, so nothing planned.
Ian is on Project Honeydew.
Mike's meltdown.
It's that big.
Mike's meltdown. What's your plan for the week?
Well,
Hey,
I'm pretty
Parker.
much healed up. I am pretty much healed up from my accident now, so I'm going to be getting back to work this week.
Stitches out, are they?
Stitches are out. It's healed up nicely. Oh, where'd I go?
Yeah, you're
Healed
green
up
screen.
nicely now. So, hopefully I can avoid being attacked again. People have been making fun that it's in the spot of where a defensive wound would be.
Well, I have to move everyone around because Mike came back in. There we go. So we keep it all in proper order.
So yeah, I'll be getting back in my shop this week, and I've got the lathe that I just sold out of my shop, so that cleared some floor space, and I have to build my copper separator, my granulator separator.
Okay, so you have a busy week ahead. Anyways, Mike,
What?
what's your plan for the week?
Watch the video I'm about to upload.
Oh, I don't
My
know
whole
what
back
that's-
of my house is loaded. I'm glad I got booted off of here because I just picked up another big load of stuff that came in.
Okay.
My
Cool.
neighbor's gonna love me.
All right, it's great that you have the license now. You can do what you want.
Yep.
And no one can touch you. So, any big computer pickups, or was it just copper pickup, or what sort of pickup have you been doing?
This stuff all came to me, but I got to tear my whole bedroom apart because I bought a new bed. So I gotta. That's my holiday for tomorrow. I'm doing all this.
Oh, did Shark buy you the beds he was looking at?
He did.
Has he got a brass head?
It has
Your brass headboard?
big bass balls right on the top of it too. Looks like Shark and Ian's head. and Irish, nice and shiny.
3 balls.
Does it come with handcuffs or not?
No handcuffs.
Right. So you've nothing planned for the week other than getting through the stuff you've on your shed.
That's it. Just screwing around out here. I got a shred run probably Tuesday because they're not open Monday. But other than that, same crap.
Okay. Well, I might have a video out and I might not have a video out. We'll have to see what happens during the week. I haven't had one out for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I'm not sure when I put the last one out, but we'll be here live for next Sunday. Hopefully, everything going well, regardless. So, we'll see next Sunday. Watch Call isn't here. Oh, hold on! I have to kill 2 minutes. Hold on. I'm trying to. I'll have to put some filler in for 2 minutes. Ian, talk for 2 minutes, please.
That's not hard for Ian.
Yeah, Mike said he's not going to do nothing. I'm going to miss you 3 videos a day, Mike. I'll be honest.
There's gonna be videos. I'm probably gonna do 5 a day though.
Yeah, and it'll be one of them just where he's going to walk around the bucket.
I can almost walk back in another circle now. Almost do a complete circle.
Hey, I can nearly walk in a straight line for 6 feet. So
Think about it.
Is that what? Ian, you can't walk a straight line for 6 feet, whether you're in your shop or not.
Anyhow, I'm going to say good night to you now because
wonderful English whiskey.
British was the word you were using. So thanks for everyone being in. Thanks for anyone that came up on the panel. Thanks for all the comments. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't hit the like, you still can. And I'm putting the link in for Everyday Solders, who's going live with her premiere there now. So, as the great Ralph would say, scrap you all later, guys. Bye-bye. See you over at Solders.
Always a pleasure to see you guys. And
Oh, look who came